Hello guys, how's it going? So we are officially now in episode 1, and in today's episode we are not actually going to be using Claude or Codex. We are simply going to be downloading or creating accounts on, you can say, related software or related SaaS subscriptions. What that means is basically we are just going to be creating accounts on services that we would be using in conjunction or together with Claude and Codex. So first of all is of course a Google account. You're definitely going to need this one because one of the most important things you can do with Claude or Codex is like automate some of those pesky emails that come your way, right? So definitely create a Google account. I'm not going to give a tutorial of how to create a Google account because that should be pretty fairly obvious at this point of time. Now the second one is you're going to need Chrome. Now if you use Brave or any other browser, I highly recommend using Chrome because the reason is that for most of these companies, as soon as they roll out a new development update, they basically first roll it out for Chrome, right? So whether it's like Claude, whether it's Codex, it's the same exact story. So you have to basically download Chrome, and secondly, go to the Chrome web store right here. This is, you can actually see my URL at the top. This is the correct Codex to download, and this is the correct Claude to download, right? This one, claude.com, right? Very important to know, if you're using Comarc, Dia, any of those other um, you know Chromium based browsers, you can still access Chrome Web Store. I'm not so sure about Safari now that I think of it. Probably you will not be able to do this with a Safari, but at least have Chrome. Like, trust me on this, you will not regret it. I know it takes up too much RAM, but still. Third one is make.com. Now, this one is really popular amongst folks who want to automate their businesses. So, if you're somebody who have a business or thinking of starting a business and you just want to get into AI automations, maybe you want to learn, make.com is a very good place to start off. So let me actually show you the account creation. So you just go to make.com, you click on get started for free. And the good thing is that even if I try to like sign in right now, they're going to give you like 1,000 operations for free, which is like more than enough for trying out the platform. Okay, 1,000 a month, like you're not going to be able to hit that if you are just developing like small time applications. So don't worry about it. This is the page. You just have to click on get started for free. That's about it. That's it. Na10 is a competitor to make.com. You have to pay $15 to like use it like normally on using the internet, or you can host it locally, which basically make it run on your laptop or your computer. I don't recommend it particularly because it's not that beginner friendly, to be very honest with you. It definitely is more powerful, a little bit cheaper as well when it comes to how efficiently you can run everything. I don't recommend it because then you would have to download it locally, run it on Docker, which is a bunch of things that I really do not think you should be getting into at this particular stage. Then we have got Apify. Now, Apify is basically a very interesting tool. Let me actually show you guys. So this is what it kind of looks like. So on Apify, you can basically find people who are selling access to data to one of your favorite platforms. This is like one way to put it. I know it sounds like really evil right now when I say it like that, but trust me on this. This is actually very much used for businesses, for data that's already available there. You can already see, like I was looking at a couple of Zillow ones. You can see all of them right here. In fact, let me show you some more popular ones as well. So you can see what are all of the information you can scrape. You can scrape like Airbnb information, Google Maps information, Google search results, website content, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, tweet scraper, Facebook groups, TripAdvisor, LinkedIn, Instagram hashtags. I don't even know like what most of these people use these for, but okay. And the best part is that even on the free plan, I think you have a limit of like $5 a month, which is more than enough if you're just starting out. So I would highly recommend creating an account right here. Again, don't buy anything unless you have to. Just create it because we may need it down the line whenever you are falling through one of these tutorials, right? So Epify is really good. Now, Instantly is again one of those things that I recommend with a little bit of, you can say, hesitation. That's why it's like marked red. And the thing is that Instantly is a paid service. It's a cold email service, which basically means, you know how people say do not send emails to unknown people because otherwise Google will mark you as a spam. Yeah, I mean, Instantly allows you to do that. And the way they allow you to do that is that they help you buy domains, which is basically, the URL that you get. You must have seen some professional business emails out there. Like if somebody messages you from or emails you from Google, it comes like john@google.com, right? So that at google.com, or maybe if they're messaging you from Facebook, let's just say Meta, it will come like, john@meta.com. So those things are all like business accounts. So what Instantly does is it allows you to buy multiple of those business accounts, and then create mailboxes for each of them, and then you can send it out through there, and you will not get marked as a spam. This is important, and only if you want to venture into the world of cold emails, you want to send them out for your service and stuff like that. So that's a good platform right there. I'll actually show it to you as well. This is what it will look like. You will just have to click on get started. Again, if you are unsure about this, the answer is no. Okay, then you don't need it. You can still create your account, check it out, see how it works for free. Again, don't spend anything. Notion is my, how do I even put it? Notion is basically my project management software. It's basically like, everywhere, like my digital diary in some sense. You can keep it for like project management, for your homework studies, for your, wedding planner. You can create anything on Notion. Notion is absolutely free to get started with as well. You can go to notion.so. This is basically where you can create like a free account. I think if you have a student ID, it's going to be even cheaper for you. So that's there as well. Then I use Notion as like more like a repository. We will end up like making a lot of use cases for Notion down the line in like future videos as well. Then we have Vercel or Netlify. Both of them are awesome. I prefer Vercel, and this is for like website hosting. Like, you buy a domain, which is like, like this one says excalitor.com. Let's just say your name is John Smith. So you buy a domain called johnsmith.com somehow, but then you also have to host it. So you're buying a domain and then you're hosting it for other people such that other people can visit that domain, right? If you only buy the domain and you do not host it, it's practically useless. It's basically like, buying an apartment, but if somebody comes to your door, you don't open the door. Like, kind of rude, right? So Vercel allows you to like have a lot of websites just for free. It's a little bit complicated when you first arrive, right? So let me actually show this to you as well. You see, this is how it will look like. You will just click on sign up. That's about it. Just stay on the free plan. I can assure you, you do not need the paid plan of Vercel just yet. Okay, so that's really really good. It will allow you to host your websites. It integrates very nicely into Claude and Codex. And yeah, you would be very thankful. Claude and Codex both have like native connectivity to Vercel. This is the modern equivalent of having WordPress. If you guys are old enough to remember that ancient one, I would just very highly recommend going with Vercel at this point of time. Netlify is also good, but Netlify has limitations as to like how many websites you can get there and how many updates you can make to those websites, especially if you're just starting out, you don't know exactly what you're doing. You're going to be making a lot of changes to your websites when you make them. That's the reason I recommend Vercel. Next up, we have a developer's favorite, which is called GitHub. GitHub is basically, how do I call it? It's basically like Google Drive, but for developers. So you can basically upload your stuff to GitHub completely for free. You can make edits to it. It's a little bit complicated. Again, the UI can be a little bit daunting if you're just starting out, but you don't have to worry about it at all because you're not going to be using GitHub directly. You're going to be using it using Claude or Codex. Okay, so that's the number one benefit. It helps with version control. You know how some apps have v1, v2, like different versions, like updates. If you play games, developers release like software patches, so like patch the bugs. Or let's just say if a brand goes through like a rebrand, they bring out like a new website, and because of some reason, let's just say people don't like that new thing, they can always go back, and GitHub allows that. GitHub allows you to like do something which we call version control, so you can roll back to previous versions of the thing. It's almost like a memory file, like that. And it's completely online. You can access it on your phone, you can access it on your laptop, you can access it on anyone's laptop that has your GitHub account in it. You can just create it. It's super easy. Another very important thing is that GitHub also serves as like a forum or like a get together of a lot of developers, and a lot of amazing good developers, people who are just like absolute gems at heart. They open source a lot of their code. What does open sourcing mean? Basically, they give their techniques away for free. They basically say, yeah, this is like a very tricky thing to do, I'm just going to give it away for free. They could have monetized it, yes, but they don't. And they just say, you know what, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to give away all of this information for free. Absolute legends are on GitHub as well. Again, a little bit daunting, but something that you should definitely have at least an account on. Okay, so you can see this is what GitHub actually looks like. I'm already logged in right now, but you can basically just like go here, sign yourself out, and like sign in into GitHub. In fact, let me actually fire up an incognito window and then show you how it works. Okay, you just have to like sign up for GitHub, and this is all you would have to do for now, at least. Okay, we are not connecting it to Claude or Codex at this point of time, but definitely be there. Now, Cloudflare is one of those things that you've been using for a while, you're just not aware of it. Every single time you go to a website and they ask you to like basically verify that you're a human, you're basically using Cloudflare on the back end. Now, Cloudflare does a lot of things. You can buy domains from there, they're very cheap, right? That's number one. Number two is that you can host things on Cloudflare for free, which basically is a little bit different than Vercel because anything there's like a static website, you can host it on Vercel, yes. But with Cloudflare, you can host something which is known as MCP servers. You might be thinking, what the hell is that? Now, MCP servers are basically a way for you to connect two separate services together. And basically, Cloudflare allows you to do that completely free of cost. It's basically like deploying your code into the cloud, like basically deploy the code that you come up with on your machine onto the cloud and then have it service whatever whitelisted or whatever allowed laptops you have given access to. Just let's just think of it like that. Long story short, create a Cloudflare account as well. If you go to Cloudflare, this is what you are going to see as well. Okay, this is what you're going to see. You just say like start building for free. And yeah, they do power 20% of the internet, by the way. They're like a huge machine at this point of time. They have like a bunch of services, like domains are there. You can deploy like, MCP workers there. This is for like a little bit of the advanced stuff. Having an account there does not hurt. You don't have to get into it too much. Next one is Superbase. So all of these sites that give you the option to basically log in with Google, right? Superbase is basically the one that most of them use on the back end, where you can be like, you know what, I'll just like sign in with Google. So it maintains all of that database for you somewhat. And what that allows you to do is that you can basically start your own project, and each account on like the free plan gets like 2 projects. So you can actually like try to build monetizable apps on at least 2 apps per account. So if you have like more Google accounts, you can basically get more of them. That's a sneaky little hack that I'm telling you. But what it allows you to do is that it allows you to basically allow people to sign in with their Google. You can keep account wise information in there. Like let's assume that they're signing in with like a referral code. So the referral code that they have, or the one that they're signing up with, that can all get stored in Superbase, again free of cost. Same thing goes with Stripe. Now Stripe is a little bit different because for Stripe you really need to have the idea of being able to monetize. If you're less than 18 years of age, I do not recommend creating an account on Stripe at this point of time because you may be young to accept payment at this point of time. But if you have like your business documents and stuff like that, you can just go ahead and create like an account on Stripe. Very easy to do, very simple setup. Probably the best thing that has happened to payment space since, I would say, PayPal, to be very honest with you. Stripe allows you to collect international payments. If you're learning AI to create like a monetizable services, I highly recommend checking out Stripe because it will allow you to accept those payments and you just pay a fee on the fee that you're charging. So this just take like a very small percentage of that, and you will not have a problem doing that because hey, you would have made money using Stripe. Stripe is already integrated with services like Apple Pay, so it makes it like really convenient for people to like accept payments through there. And by the way, they're completely configurable with Claude and Codex and all of these AI agents. So it's super easy to create like an AI workflow that has like, that can accept payments as well. Stripe also allows you to like basically transfer money. So if you're into building AI agents that can spend on your behalf, you can also configure that with Stripe. So if you're an adult and if you want to build monetizable services, then I would recommend downloading Stripe. Now the final one is the most interesting one, which is Vapi or 11 Labs. The reason I've said Vapi first is because Vapi gives you like $10 worth of credit for free. And what you can do with Vapi is pretty mind blowing. You must have seen a lot of TikToks or Instagram reels where people are building like AI receptionist, or like, you call someone and, it's basically like an AI agent picking up on the other end. Vapi is basically the service most of them use. 11 Labs is a little bit more configurable, as in you can do a little bit more things. 11 Labs is probably the most powerful one out there. It's just that in order to do anything cool with it, you do need like the $5 plan. Hence, I'm recommending Vapi first for you guys to like check it out first. So let me actually show you Vapi as well. That would be very, very helpful. So this is Vapi. There you go. And you can actually go ahead and like initiate a call right from there without even starting out. And this is like one of like an amazing hook that they've got, that you can initiate a call and you can try talking to it and it will talk to you, right? And the other one is 11labs.io, right? This is the one that I'm saying that in order to do something like really cool with it, you would have to like pay like $5, which is not a lot, but still money nonetheless, right? You can check out their entire thing. Their entire basis is that they can basically they can clone your speech They can basically build AI agents that talk on your behalf. You can clone anyone's voice. You can even create music with it. It's really, really interesting stuff. So I think those would be all of the things that I would require from you guys to have downloaded, or at least have like some sort of basic functionality. If you want like any detailed video on any of these, I'm like more than happy to create them. But these are the ones that I think are like the foundation of using Claude and Codex to their like maximum efficiency. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to address all of them. Peace out.